want to dive in and show how I would go into water damage restoration needs. So today, um, we won't go exactly over this scripting and how I structure deals. I want to go how we can spot opportunities. More importantly, use AI and some of our own brain cells to do keyword research in water damage restoration and get something going. Okay, right? So, one of the first things I want to say, so take action, guys. I'll tell you one thing. I've been in this industry 10 years now, 11 years, 11 and a half years. Okay, I meet people all the time, right? Students, members in my community, business owners, every single day I'm talking to people, okay? Every single day I'm also like in the thick of things, right? Running a business, right? I don't just teach, I have clients, I have rank and rent, sites, all of that, okay? The one thing that separates successful people, when I say successful, I'm not talking multimillionaires. The one thing that separates people who can make enough money to replace their job income, what I call a freedom number. The one thing is that I call it the 90-91 rule. For 90 days, okay, for an extended period of time, they actually are focused and they do something, implement, take action. You'll be surprised at the number of people who start something excited 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks, and then 3.5 week, they find a different shiny object syndrome and they jump in that. Okay, I was that too. So trust me, guys, I was once upon a time, I got tired of running, right? And I said, okay, there's got to be some way to make passive income, and I'm going to figure it out. And the first thing everybody said in my research was real estate, passive income. And I did not have the money to put a down payment. At that time, 10 years ago, my credit history was not the best. Real estate was far away, man. Buying a house was like so risky, in my opinion. So I knew that with SEO, with internet, with online, I could leverage something. And that's how I stumbled upon what I call digital real estate. I'm going to show that to you. Okay. So today we're going to go into water damage restoration, right? So David says water damage restoration is very competitive. Okay. How many of you know if I do a search for water damage restoration in any city, okay, this is an ad. Okay, this is an ad. He's running ads. He's probably, if I click on this guy, he's probably going to pay at least $100. Okay, this is an ad. It's a map pack ad. Same thing. If I click on this guy, he's going to pay another $100. As a matter of fact, let's go to Google Keyword Planner and find out what they would be paying for water damage restoration in a city like Los Angeles. Okay. Hard money lenders are costly. Okay. Yeah, exactly. If you go in real estate, okay, that's true. Okay. So I'm going water damage restoration. Let's just go Los Angeles. Okay. If you're running ads, most businesses, all they know is to run ads. Or if they're doing SEO there, it's very competitive, especially this niche. Okay. Look at this, $88, $150. The near me keyword is the most high intent keyword, right? If somebody is searching for water restoration near me, $150. You see that?
$320.
What's it, Harry?
There was something $320.
Yep. Water remediation, $320 per click. It's not per call. If you're pretty good at Google Ads, 3 to 4 clicks may give you a call. About $1,000 to get a call. But right, businesses do that because water damage restoration cost, right? It could be a lot. Could be $7,000 minimum, right? It could be anything. It could be upwards. I know cases of $35,000 water damage restoration, all of that. Okay. So you understand this is very, very competitive, right? Especially in the SEO field, putting up a GMB is almost next to impossible because it's a spammy niche, right? These guys are ranking with only 45 because they got water damage restoration Los Angeles, the exact keyword in the name. Does that make sense? Okay. These guys, same thing. Okay. Let's go search for a different bigger city, maybe Dallas. Okay. Same thing here. Ads running over here. You see that. And then this guy is ranking with just 91 and 62 because they got the word Dallas there. They got the full word there. This guy is doesn't have the word Dallas, so it's got more keywords to rank, more reviews to rank, right? But if you want to take up any of these guys, let's just take this guy, okay? And let's just say I want to see, I want to outrank these guys to start getting some calls. It's most people, I'm going to jump into it. This guy was ranking number one organic. He's ranking for so many keywords, so many backlinks, okay? He's getting some decent traffic. Okay, and we can see what kind of keywords and all that. Let me go back. I think I clicked the wrong one, right? You go to organic keywords. But here is what I want to show you. I want you to understand. Every SEO guy out there, they are going behind the number, the top of the funnel keyword, water damage restoration. Okay, even Tampa is competitive, yes, right? Decent search volume, but it's very competitive, right? Here is what I want you to understand, especially in a niche like water damage restoration or personal injury lawyer. Okay, I was doing white label SEO for a personal injury law firm marketing agency. They would do ads, I was doing SEO. The nation's second largest personal injury lawyer, KP attorney. Okay, multiple locations. I was doing, my team and I, we were doing SEO. We learned a lot that time. Okay, this is about a few years ago, just around COVID time. And the long tail keywords brought in so much traffic, it was crazy, right? Most people they go after this emergency water extraction, emergency water damage restoration, right? This is going to bring you high calls, yes, if you can rank, okay? But this is what I want you to focus on, the middle and the top, okay? Or you can put it the other way around, whichever you want to see it, okay? If you think of it like a funnel, this is where if somebody is searching for this, right, great. But I want to go after this and this. We'll talk about all that, okay? Especially tomorrow and all that as we structure the website and all that. But today is all about keyword research, identifying sub niches, all of that. Okay. So the number one thing I do, this is me, is I would go and I would just do water damage restoration, right? And look, Google has something called Google Keyword Planner. This is really used for ads, okay? Gives you the cost per click and all that, but it gives us all of these different keywords. I want to scoop up all of these keywords, 839 keywords. You see that? I want to take up as many as possible of these keywords because this is going to give me information for me to identify sub niches. So I may not go directly after the main keyword, water damage restoration, Los Angeles or Dallas or whatever. I want to go find out sub niches. Okay, I'm going to show you the manual way. Then I'm going to show you the AI way. I'm going to give you an AI prompt and we can do it live with ChatGPT and all that. In fact, let me see if I can take ChatGPT. Um, okay. Let me bring ChatGPT also. So we have that also somewhere here. Okay. Where were we? Okay. I'm going to first show you the manual way, right? The manual way is number one, go to Google Keyword Planner. I just searched water damage restoration. Google is giving me some other related keywords. You're welcome to add a few more keywords. So for this keyword alone in LA, these are other variations of search volume. People are searching 889 or 839 keywords. Does that make sense? If I add one more keyword, water damage restoration, it's going to be a lot more keywords now. Okay, Google is going to give more variations. Look at that, right? You can literally add as many as you can, or later on, you can you can go by just a niche, I mean sub niche, a service maybe, and I'll go into that a little bit later. And you can go and you can download these keyword ideas and go through that. Okay, that is one I would do, right? Because from this, then you can sort and filter and get sub niches. I'm going to get into that. The better thing I would literally do is I would go to bigger cities like Dallas, Miami, Los Angeles, New York. I would find the top guys. What are other service pages that they put up? So this is his home page. He's got a lot of content over here, but look, he's got flood damage, he's got structural damage, water pipe break, plumbing leak. You see that? Wet insulation, sewage cleanup, all of that, right? I can literally click on this and he's got so many other of this. Does that make sense? So there is a group of people who know they need to hire a water damage restoration company because for whatever reason, water in their house. Okay. But more than likely, if Abhishek's example, he walked into his house, he saw the water, chances are high he did not immediately call a water damage restoration company. He probably did some research on basement flooded or something. Is that right, Abhi? Am I right or wrong?
Abby is gonna call insurance company.
Is that what he did?
I actually went straight to Google and I searched for water damage. I was
Okay.
not sure if insurance would cover it, but I probably hit a lead gen site first. They turned out to be crappy, and then I had to hire ServPro. Long story.
Okay, I mean it's different, right? But most people, they would put their whatever the reason they got the water was leaking in, right? Flood dam. Maybe they're living in Miami, I mean on Florida and floods, right? So if you want to go after these keywords and literally you can start ranking for these long tail keywords, especially for someone like Jeff, who's got a nationwide client, right? You can literally go and just go after one like sewage cleanup or flood damage or something like that and put up a mass page website, organic, forget GMBs, all over US or all over Los Angeles and suburb, California and suburbs, right? And start getting calls. So I would scoop up all of this also. Does that make sense? Just by these itself, I have enough information, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? People, when you do a search for this, right, you can get so much information. People like this Reddit threads. Okay, this is another one. Wikipedia. Okay, that is another one, right? People also search for. There's also the people also ask. If I do a search for near me, right? Usually we get the people also ask. You see that? How expensive. These are people in the research phase. The more you click on this, the more opens up. You see that? More opens up. You see that? You can literally get a lot of content pages, keyword ideas from this. Okay? And put together group by, take this guy, he's done all his work, all the work for you. Group by all of this, right? You can literally go just one sub niche within that, right? Restoration process and write all about, put pages on that on all suburbs and pages, or appliance leak cleanup, or plumbing overflow cleanup, right? And like I said yesterday, when you do the math, right? 50 states, if you only put up 100 cities, decent sized cities, each city you only get one call every other month, right? That's what 50 calls a month. Even if you get 10 calls a month, I'm lowballing this, right? And they pay you $300 on average, the 3,000 a month average. Does that make sense? But now we got AI here. Okay, let me bring ChatGPT. Where's my ChatGPT? Oh, I already brought it over here. Okay. Okay, I can literally go. I have a couple of prompts I prepared for you, right? And I can literally talk to AI and tell AI what I want AI to do. Does that make sense? Okay, I can literally say, hey, act as a specialist SEO consultant, right, for a water damage restoration company. We want to dominate long tail, high intent searches. Identify 10 sub niches. Right now, all I'm doing is to identify 10 sub niches within this industry that are ignored by the bigger companies, right? I would put that over here and now let ChatGPT do the work for me. Okay, look at that. If you want to do this, the edge is this, and this. 10 overlooked high intent sub niches it is giving you. It's telling you can build pages, GVPs, mini sites. It'll literally give you what to do. Emergency water extraction is one sub niche. Basement flooding cleanup specialists, right? This looks like a good sub niche. We'll get into that later on. Some pump failure. So you're going specific to specific sub niches. And it's even giving ideas. Look, add before after case studies. pair with Google Ads, sewage backup and black water cleanup, burst pipe water damage. This is good. Does that make sense? Appliance leak damage. Okay. Ceiling water damage from upstairs leak. So you're not just going, most SEOs, what they do, randomly go and try to rank for water damage restoration and spend months and money. Rather, you want to work smart. Use AI, use a little bit of what I'm teaching you. Literally, Jeff said he can take calls, right? Everybody on this call and who watches the YouTube live video later on, each one can take one niche and build it out in 50 different cities. As a matter of fact, Jeff sent me a message with all the cities that he wants calls that they'll pay a couple of $100 up to $1,500. Okay, I'm going to read out those cities if you want. Okay, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Atlanta, Kansas City, Bullhead City, Arizona, Bowling Green, Houston, Columbus, Ohio, Austin, St. Louis, Missouri, Chicago, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Dallas. You get the idea? Any one of you can pick anything or all of these cities and just build out something. Does that make sense? So now you got a niche, you got sub niches here, and then now you can literally go. Let's say I pick up this sub niche and I do the same thing. One, I can go to Google Keyword Planner, right? And then search for that sub niche in Los Angeles or the whole, all of USA or whatever. Okay, there's not too much over here, so I would vary that a bit, right?
Can I
Okay,
say something, Ganesh?
go ahead.
It's my 5 cents. I think this could help break even faster and make even more money. Instead of focusing on just one subcategory, I would go after multiple subcategories and build multiple websites around them
Yes,
so they can
absolutely.
get indexed and they try to rank all of them on a three pack. They would try to create multiple GMB listings within the same neighborhood or nearby
Yep,
sub areas
yeah,
and work to dominate the three pack and all of those
yes,
with the GAPPs. I think
exactly.
that's where you can really start seeing the strong results.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yep, equity trust shares. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right, Harry. So Harry's got all the experience. He can put up GMBs. He can go after multiple, right? Let's say somebody like Abhi is newer to SEO, right? Abhi, or I'm just picking Abhi, right? It could be Mike Tucker, who's new to SEO, okay? He can just pick up basement, this one alone, basement flooding cleanup, okay? Where is that? Okay, and Dallas was a city that Jeff said he can take calls, right? Dallas, right? And then just if you can put up this, great. Look at this, right? If you can put up a GMB, great. None of them have the word basement flooding cleanup, right? But even without a GMB, I guarantee you, chances are very high. I don't know, I may be wrong, but I'm 95% sure that an exact match domain would probably exist for this because everybody's behind water damage restoration. Look at that, $10. You see that? Build this out. Put a slash Plano slash suburbs page. Go through this keyword research. Put out pages for all of this. Look at that, 59. You only get one call a week. Okay, Dallas is a huge city, 1 million population. You will get calls.